and I'm lit. On a spacecraft in a new realm, that's it. I wanna see us ego trip.
So hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm doing some orders right now, and something said go, you know, cause I be watching stuff while I be, you know, doing orders and whatever. And something popped up about young Pharaoh. It's an older version, not the new version of him. And it's, what was it, young Pharaoh, black people before religion and slavery. And it but 9 minutes long. I was like, oh no, let me react to this real quick. So we're gonna jump into it, y'all, while I do my little Gregory bags, which I'm gonna upload these on my Etsy. These are like charm bags. Like, I got money, I got protection and love. Okay, we can all, you know, get a little love. I need a little love. It bitch great. Okay. I also have a sale this weekend. I'm gonna put it in my community tab. I'm gonna try to post this today. But let's get into it.
White people say we have to get these niggas from out of tune with nature in order to conquer them. So instead of dealing with the sun, they created the Son of God. Even in the Bible, Psalms 83, I believe, it says, our Lord God is the sun and shield. Look that verse up. It might be Psalms 83. I ain't had to recite it in a minute, but look it up. It says, our Lord God is the sun and shield. Holy in Greek means helios, which means sun. Bible in Greek means biblios, which means book. The Holy Bible is actually about the sun. It's called the sun book. Jesus is the sun, and the 12 disciples are the 12 zodiacs. So what they did was they had to wane black people off the actual sun, okay?
Right.
And then put us, describe us to a fictitious deity which looked like them.
And of course we know that's mind control, but about him saying them like keeping us away from the sun. You know how in prison when they like put people in the hole, and you gotta understand they don't really go outside like that. And majority of people in the prison, they black. You feel me? So that just, I mean, of course it makes sense, because they have to get us to as far away from our source, you know, power, life force, energy, to drain us and to keep us away from the truth. I'm sorry, y'all. I just really wanted to react to this, and I know I'm doing all this extra shit, but somebody gonna watch this.
So instead of us acknowledging and living in tune with nature, they forced us to a psyche to where we began to worship spiritually instead of being synchronized with nature spiritually. And the image that they gave us to worship was not only them, but every time you see Jesus Christ, he got the sun behind his head because he's blocking the sun. So black people's path to greatness is that sun. Okay? We have the same biochemical makeup as plants. The only difference in our blood versus the only difference in our chemical makeup is we have iron in our blood and plants have magnesium. If you switch the magnesium and iron with black people specifically and plants, we would then turn green and have chlorophyll, and plants will have the neuromelanin that we have. So,
which makes sense to why we flourish on plant-based diets. And it makes sense to why they poison us, or the soil here in USA. USA is, you know, it's not the best. Okay, it's got toxin in it, it got chemicals in it, metals in it, which makes sense. That's they know this, y'all. This is crazy. I didn't think I was gonna like really understand what the fuck he was talking about, but yeah, no, for real though, that makes a lot of sense. Same thing with like medication. And you know, I notice this every time that I try to look up like medicinal things, medicinal herbs and stuff like that. They're like, oh well, here's the warning on these herbs. It hasn't been FDA approved, or it hasn't this, that, you know, trying to scare you. Oh god damn, I had the FDA to approve this. I hope they don't give me no trouble. But no, anyway, it just makes a lot of sense. That shit makes a lot of sense. But we already know everything has a plot and a twist to it, especially when you're trying to be more conscious, especially when you're trying to be more focused, okay? When you're trying to, you know, elevate or find the truth on your on your own little spiritual journey, and everybody's journey is different. That's why a lot of people they can't be vegan. They don't want to be vegan. They ain't got to be damn vegan, but it is beneficial to most. But from what I understand, and I don't know, I heard that for our blood type, we have a certain diet that we're supposed to partake in. I've seen it on the internet, but I question that a little bit, just a little bit. But I guess I'll do some more research on it.
Venom off Spider-Man, the symbiote suit is actually symbolic to the intellectual properties of neuromelanin that black people possess. Our skin, our body actually has intelligence and is able to actually think and react on its own. That's why we have the best agility, the best reflexes, etc. So you can actually, this is why it's also harder for us to get off drugs. So because when we do drugs, our body actually intellectually internalizes the chemical response, and on top of us psychologically being addicted, we become biochemically addicted as well via the melanin, because our bodies are intelligent and think for itself. And if we educate our bodies to crave something, it will then crave that substance. So this is why it's actually biochemically harder for black people to get off drugs. Go look this up. It's facts and the statistics behind everything I'm saying. And so that being said, continuing on, they took Jesus, white Jesus, and they put white Jesus in between you, which is over here, and the sun, which is over here. So Jesus is the character version of sunblock. So you got sunscreen that go on your skin to block out the beautiful rays of the sun. They say harmful, but they're not harmful to us. When they say the rays of the sun is harmful to who? So with that being said, they got sunscreen to block out the alleged harmful rays of the sun, sunglasses to block out the alleged harmful rays of the sun, and then they got Jesus Christ to block out the beautiful spiritual rays of the sun. So when you say what was black people's religion before, we were conquered, I don't even want to say conquered, because we not conquered. Before we was psychologically finessed by colonizers, there was no religion. We were master mathematicians. We were
heavy on the psychological shit, because that's where our biggest downfall is. We don't know how to think for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at how we are psychologically addicted to the internet. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get me a sewing machine, because hand sewing is actually cool, because it's more powerful, because it's actually, I don't know, because my hands are, got a little high, so yeah. But anyway, sorry. I just feel like if we would read more, worry less, we would actually get somewhere in life. And I'm not saying as a whole unit, because it's gonna be damn near impossible for that to happen. That's why it has to happen on divine timing. We just have to start with ourselves and be the example for others. So the more that one knows, reach one, teach one, or each one, teach one, something like that. Basically like what all these lecturers from the past and still today, regardless if they sold out or whatever, or people think they sold out or whatever the case may be, regardless, it's information in there. And we'll know if it's not real information. But you know what I'm saying? You just have that feeling like, I don't think I should be following bro or homegirl. You feel what I'm saying? Because you gotta definitely watch who you watch, especially in these YouTube scrapes. You feel me? Because some of them they do one thing and they say one thing and do another, and then shit happens to come out. You feel what I'm saying? Master
astrologists. We were master scientists when it came to the cosmos and the universe and being one with nature. We allow a group of entities who are artificially created and outside of that construct to come in and reconstruct our reality predicated upon a fictitious paradigm which suits them being at the highest platform within this hierarchy. So if you want to really get back to your original self, look up in that motherfucking sky and get your head out that piece of shit book. See? See? Look up in that sky and get your head out that book. See? The stars tell you what time of day it is. The position of the planets tell you what time of day it is. The position of the celestial bodies tell you what's north, east, south, and west. See, the Bible don't tell you that. If you lost in the woods, the Bible don't tell you how to get home. The position of the sun tells you that. See? And so with that being said, the heavens are the celestial bodies. Not some spiritual place that you think you go when you die to be with some white man who can't even live under the sun. How Jesus is the Son of God and he can't even live under the goddamn sun? How does that work? And so this video right here, family, was just a brief description and breakdown to let y'all know where we were psychologically before you allow colonizers to colonize your mind. And I know a lot of people like to say, well, if the Bible not true, how stuff in it always coming true? If I write a book right now and say, I'm going to shoot up a motherfucking, I'm going to shoot up a place tomorrow and not go shoot it up, does that mean the book was holy because I wrote some shit in it and made it come true? Of course, if I wrote the book and then I commit the action I wrote in the book later down the line, it's going to come true. They got Illuminati cards from the motherfucking 70s, 60s, and I mean the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, where one of the damn playing card decks got the damn Twin Towers being knocked down. So does that mean the fucking Illuminati cards is some divine ass cards from God? No, because the same Freemasonic entities that created the motherfucking monotheistic religions is the same motherfuckers that created the motherfucking Illuminati playing card. So when niggas get to talking about, oh, it said it in the Bible and it happened, nigga, if that's the case, nigga, God must be the creator of the motherfucking Simpsons. Because every time I turn the damn Simpsons on, the shit happened down the line. And so with that being said, when you are planning on doing bullshit and you control the media to disperse to the public, in which is going to be the victims of your bullshit,
that mean that all this shit is orchestrated. They know what they gonna do when they gonna do it. They do it. They plan this just like you would plan a vacation, just like you would plan, you know, your financial plan or some shit like that. That shit is done before. Just like when even with as simple as thoughts. You know what I'm saying? You think you gonna be late for work, so you gonna get up a little earlier. That's planned. You feel what I'm saying? The thing is, well, a lot of people don't know that we're being psychologically abused and manipulated. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where the debates and arguments come in, or you know, people that stay in their sheep mode and terrorize people, because that's what the fuck they be doing. They be terrorizing motherfuckers with that religion. And just keeping them under that spell, okay? Because if you know the truth, you're not gonna question it. You know, that's why it's a chosen few, or it's people that get it and people that don't get it. And you can't necessarily get mad that people don't get the knowledge or understand it or aren't awakened. You just have to keep doing your mission and do what you can do for you and yours and save yours if you can, you know, or you know, help yours. I'm gonna say save, but help your people, or help, you know, your immediate family and shit like that, because shit just weird these days, okay?
And of course it looks like the media is divine or the books are divine when the bullshit actually take place, because the sheeple are not able to see the forest behind the trees. And so with that being said, you got niggas out here that'll tell you astrology, that'll tell you the Bible must be true because it say something and it happened, but then you sit here and try to explain to a nigga what they natal chart say about them or what they horoscope say about them, and now they don't believe in astrology. You see, exactly. You see how disrespectful y'all are? The universe, the creator, really intricately put certain energy vortexes in conjunction with each other to describe your ethereal being, and you would disown and not acknowledge any of that because you trust what the colonizer told you versus what your own ancestors told you. So our ancestors told us to look to the stars, bitch. That's what they told us, and that's where I'm gonna look. Your colonizers told you to look in that book, and that's where your bitch ass gonna look. And so with that being said, do not disrespect the greatness and the intelligence of our ancestors, okay? Especially to take them off the throne and put a bitch ass Jesus on the seat who don't even belong in the conversation. And so that being said, black civilization, I have to say this, because no other race on the planet Earth have been here more than 6,000 years. We've been here so long, it ain't no there's not a proper number. And so that being said, black civilizations around the world, whether it was the Egyptians, because a lot of y'all don't know, Egypt was a global empire. It was not just in Egypt. It spread out all the way to Japan, and it was over here in the Americas as well. But getting off Egypt, the motherfucking Incas, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Naga Kushites, the motherfucking Naga Kushites in Japan, and all of the rest of the dominating and fluctuating and prosperous black civilizations, the head of their spiritual systems were the study of the heavens, aka the celestial bodies. Do not get it confused, do not get it twisted, and do not get it fucked up. It is not until other races of people were introduced to this planet Earth via genetic engineering by the hands of extraterrestrials that they began to distort the original spiritual system and sciences of black people who were and are still to this day the original human beings via descendants of the mitochondrial Eve gene. And so that being said, I hope that this video has done nothing else but answer the question that you all continue to ask me. If Jesus ain't real, if Muhammad ain't real, if Moses ain't real, and monotheism, none of that shit is real, then what were we doing before this was introduced? I hope that I just reintroduced to you what it is that you were doing before these colonized introduced to you what it is that you should stay away from. And with that being said, family, I love y'all. Peace.
Wow. Which is what we always be talking about. This is what we always be talking about. This is what we be running in circles about. About, you know, understanding that this is a matrix, or understanding that we are under some type of spiritual warfare, psychological spiritual warfare, and we have to wake up. It's an awakening. It's an awakening. It's an awakening. Okay? I really don't have much to say on the outro because he pretty much said it all, and I'm a little busy, but I just wanted to record something for y'all, and y'all just let me know. Give me feedback. Give me feedback. I'm gonna put my email and stuff in the description, and my Etsy and all that extra stuff, just in case y'all want to get some gree bags or some money oil, or you know, I have my Orca cards, I have spiritual baths, all that shit. Okay, but I put it in the description, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye.